Matt
He messed that
Zenitz
up.
from CBS Sports
Okay.
reports that North Carolina is expected to fire Mack Brown.
Okay. That
And
just
this is
happened.
one, this actually fits into this conversation that we were having, because the question was, is Matt going to retire? Is he going to do this again? Remember when Mack said earlier this season in the locker room to his team after a loss, if I'm the problem, I'll go. I think that probably was close to it. And I don't think he wants to go. And this is probably the upshot of that. Like, the conversations keep getting had. He doesn't want to step down gracefully. And this is where you land.
Yeah. I really, really like Mack Brown. I like him as a person. I think he's a great salesman. I think he's really awesome for a place like North Carolina. And I think he would probably be the first to tell you that the trajectory of the program when he took over and how exciting it was and where we are today, it didn't live up to it. Like, it did not work. I don't know why it didn't work, but there was a moment
felt like
there.
they never had an effective defense. Because think about the quarterbacks that he had there. You know,
Sam Howell and Drake May.
Sam Howell and Drake May are pretty damn good quarterbacks. Like, Sam Howell, he walked in, because Sam Howell was committed to Florida State. He walked in and flipped Sam Howell like day one.
Yeah. So this is the thing with North Carolina. And, I guess at the expense of talking about sides, we can go into this right now, Andy.
We'll have plenty of sides discussion the next couple of days. Don't you worry, Art.
Yeah. I just want to talk about stuffing, dude. No, but this is an important topic. The question of how good of a job or what is North Carolina's ceiling is interesting, because at the moment, and I don't know, you are the one who said it, but I got macked. The Athletics sent me down to Chapel Hill, and I remember this was 2020-ish, because I got a phone notification after I left Mack Brown's office that the first recorded case of COVID had hit America. Like, that's that's where I was. And I was in the mountains of North Carolina. But I left there thinking, this guy gets it. North Carolina is a very underrated state for in-state talent. And he's a very good salesperson who has won a national championship. This campus is beautiful. It's amazing academically. They've got that great hot dog place.
And the colors and the Argyle.
And the colors, the uniform, the Jordan aspect of it, the Jordan room. Like, I really did believe for a while that North Carolina was going to be able to beat Clemson for recruits in that region. And for a while there, they were doing it. They got like Keyshawn Silver and 5-star players to go there. And at the beginning, I really bought into the fact that, like, wow, North Carolina can be really, really good with the right coach. And then I watched them field some really, really, like, Josh Downs was on that team. And Josh Downs is amazing. Really, really good offenses. And their defenses were just terrible. And I just don't know, from a coaching standpoint, is that a recruiting problem? Is that a hiring problem? Like, how do you, it was kind of like the same thing. It was like Lincoln Riley's USC for 5 years, and
I will tell you that there's been one time in their history that they've had the talent to really compete for the national title. And it was a Butch Davis year. And it was the year that the whole agent scandal exploded and they had to suspend half the team. That team fully formed. If the whole team's playing, if that NCAA scandal doesn't happen, that team is competitive, I think, on the national level. But that's the only team I can think of that's been like that was good on both sides of the ball. And it actually was probably a lot better on defense.
Yeah. So I know that Mack Brown lives for this. Like, this is his entire life. I think that if you asked him in a moment of truth, or in any moment, because he's an honest, good person, he would tell you it didn't work. There were moments where it felt like it was going to get there, but it just didn't get there.
I think that's fair. And I think he would say that. I having talked to him on, through the years about a lot of stuff, I think he'd be very honest about that. And he'll tell you where he tried and where it didn't work. Can I offer a suggestion that may sound sacrilege?
I think I know what you're going to say, but go for it.
I think Lee Corso is probably done on game day.
Oh,
I think it's probably time. Can we have Mack and Nick Saban together on game day? Like, I would love that. And I want a bonus 30-minute podcast once a week of just them talking. Because Mack's the host, obviously. Like, Mack was born to host. But he would be able to draw out of Nick Saban a lot of interesting stuff. And Nick Saban's good anyway. You've seen him on game day this year. He's awesome. Like, I would love to hear them talk about college, because they both, like, they had different styles. They coached different ways. I would love that. But I also would love Mack just on the desk. You retire the headgear stuff with it. Let McAfee do something crazy to replace the headgear stunt. And just have Mack and Nick talk football. I would love
that. He's the perfect co-host, or the perfect replacement. And the one thing I wanted to say, if we're closing down the show with this, is he's a purveyor of the Filet-O-Fish. So just like, that's a guy who gets, I don't know if you know that.
We got to get him on the Saucy Nugs, though.
Yeah, no, well, that's the thing. I got converted to the Saucy Nugs, but he would text me about that, and I thought that was funny. I actually, congratulations for a great career, though, Andy, right? Like, it didn't work out here, but we're talking about a coach that won a national title at Texas and has won a lot of football games in his career. And it's been really kind of a pleasure to get to know him and write about him over the years.
Yeah, he's one of the best. And he's just, I know people think he's a politician and that, he can just glad hand really well. No, he's just a really good dude. Like, he's a really good dude to talk to.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you're from, who you are. He treats you with dignity and respect, like everybody.
You know what he does, Andy?
It's great.
That is a really good life trait, and I don't do this, but I wish I did, is he looks you in the eye when he's talking to you, and he uses your name back at you. Like, if you go in and it's the first time he meets you, he will talk to you and use your name as if you've known him for 20 years. And I think that he has this ability to make you feel at ease and at comfortable and in a room with friends, even if you just met him. I'll never forget the first time I met him. And the first time I met him, I felt like I had known him for 10 years. And I think that's a gift, and not everybody has that.
It's not a gift, it's a freaking superpower.
Yeah.
It's a it's one of those things that if he had decided to go into another field, would have made him successful in any field he chose. And if this is it for Mack, God bless you. Great career. If this is it, Producer River points out, who are then the active coaches in college football to win a national title? Dabo Swinney, Kirby Smart, and
hold on. Who am I forgetting? Don't tell me.
You're not. It's whoever wins it this year, if it's not Kirby Smart or Dabo Swinney.
Okay. I was like, Jimbo Fisher. Like, wait, he got fired last year.
No. I think he's trying to get in if something opens. But
yeah.
But that's it. So, yeah.
Wow.
So if Mack's done, they've got the.
I guess what happens when the person who's won half of them since 2000 retires?
It kind of sucked up all the oxygen there.
Yeah,
but it's interesting that we were having that retirement discussion because Mack was the one who didn't want to. Mack was the one who wanted to keep trying.
Yeah, and that's kind of just a testament to who he is too, right? Like he wants to adapt and try. Age didn't matter, and I thought that he actually operated at North Carolina as somebody who's 20 years younger too. So I know a lot of people want to talk about his age over the years, but he really did have a gift.